And black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They just want prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them.
Well, if he's right, then why didn't people vote for the former prosecutor who actually had policy plans to help the working class?
Stop saying that Whoopi Goldberg getting yanked from The View right after she attacked me on The View is karma. There's no such thing as karma, sorry.
Bill Maher has once again grabbed headlines, this time locking horns with Whoopi Goldberg. Known for his sharp wit and unapologetic criticism, Maher has made his mission to dismantle what he calls the cult of wokeness. Whoopi, however, seemed to have walked right into the line of fire. After taking shots at Maher during The View, she found herself on the receiving end of one of his signature takedowns, a blend of logic, sarcasm, and brutal honesty. Maher argued that America has lost the ability to tolerate opposing ideas, and Whoopi's reaction only proved his point. The tension between them wasn't just entertainment. It was a reflection of a growing cultural clash in modern discourse. When Whoopi suggested that Maher's remarks were dismissive of social struggles, Maher fired back, saying that constant self-punishment achieves nothing. He argued that people, especially working-class Americans, want real solutions, not moral theatrics. The audience could feel the heat as Maher pointed out that Whoopi's logic collapsed under the weight of emotion-driven narratives. His response was precise, direct, and devastatingly effective. It wasn't just Whoopi he was calling out. It was a whole ideology built on outrage rather than reason.
Got to get past this endless, unforgiving, zero-tolerance mindset bent on punishing and disappearing anyone caught saying the wrong thing. The right response to speech you don't like is...
Whoopi Goldberg's comments reflected the core of modern progressive politics, emotional appeals over rational debate. When Maher said black Americans care more about jobs, safety, and affordability than endless guilt-driven discussions, Whoopi instantly pushed back. She claimed Maher ignored the real issues, yet her rebuttal felt scattered and defensive. Maher's counter-argument was simple. Working-class people don't benefit from elite moral performances. They need policies that deliver change, not symbolism. The back and forth became a microcosm of the wider culture war. Maher accused Whoopi and her co-hosts on The View of weaponizing victimhood to deflect from accountability. In his view, their obsession with identity politics blinds them from seeing practical realities. His tone wasn't cruel. It was calculated, aiming to expose contradictions. The audience saw a comedian transforming into a truth-teller, willing to say what others wouldn't. And for Whoopi, the more she pushed back, the more his words resonated with frustrated viewers tired of the same narratives.
Prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them.
Well, if he's right, then why didn't people vote for the former prosecutor who actually had policy plans to help the working class?
As the exchange deepened, Maher's precision contrasted sharply with Whoopi's emotional appeals. She argued that the solution lay in electing progressive figures like former prosecutors or activists, but Maher wasn't impressed. He questioned why such candidates failed to gain traction if their policies were truly effective. It was a classic Maher moment, dismantling talking points with cold logic. His delivery wasn't just about wit. It was about exposing the emptiness behind performative politics. The confrontation highlighted a deeper problem within liberal media, a tendency to moralize without offering solutions. Whoopi's argument seemed to collapse under its own weight as Maher pointed out her contradictions. While she painted herself as a defender of the downtrodden, her tone came off detached from real struggles. Maher's fans cheered him for saying what many were thinking, that the left has become too comfortable blaming rather than fixing. This moment didn't just humiliate Whoopi, it exposed an entire mindset resistant to self-reflection.
Tear down statues of Lincoln and get rid of the police. Just, no, it's not that I've gotten old, it's that your ideas are stupid.
The View has long been known for heated debates, but recently, it started resembling a battlefield of ideological extremes. When Maher went after Sunny Hassan in an earlier episode, Whoopi jumped in as her reinforcements. She entered the debate like a heavyweight contender ready for a rematch, yet her arguments landed with more drama than substance. Maher, on the other hand, stayed grounded, dissecting every contradiction with surgical precision. It was intellect versus emotion, and emotion was losing that Maher's takedown wasn't just about Whoopi personally. It was about exposing how The View has drifted into partisan chaos. Once a platform for balanced discussions, it's now a carousel of outrage where dissent is instantly vilified. Maher called it what it is, a political echo chamber where truth takes a backseat to ideology. For viewers, the contrast between Maher's blunt honesty and Whoopi's defensive theatrics was striking. He came off as a realist. She came off as a performer.
The criticism is valid because, Democrats stand on this moral high ground all the time. And, they act so self-righteous. The reality is he didn't have to say anything in regards to, whether or not, his son wanted to be pardoned. He could have said, hey, man, I'm not.
Things escalated when the discussion turned to President Biden and his decision to pardon his son, Hunter Biden. Charlemagne the God raised valid points about hypocrisy in the administration's no one above the law stance. But Whoopi quickly leapt to defend the president. She insisted that Biden wasn't lying, just misunderstood. The panel's awkward silence said it all. Maher later mocked his defense as mental gymnastics at Olympic level, capturing what viewers were already thinking that Maher's commentary cut through the noise. He argued that blind loyalty to political figures destroys credibility. If Democrats preach accountability, they should live by it. Whoopi's attempt to spin Biden's decision came across as desperate damage control. Maher's reaction was ruthless but fair, highlighting how double standards erode trust in both politics and media. His words weren't partisan. They were a reminder that truth shouldn't depend on who's in power.
Only because you don't know that it was a lie. We don't know why he changed
You really think he just changed his mind over Thanksgiving weekend all of a
No,
sudden?
I'm going to tell you what I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he changed his mind because he got sick of watching everybody else.
Maher didn't stop there. He accused Whoopi and others like her of practicing selective outrage. Outrage when it's convenient, silent when it's not. He pointed out how progressives love moral lectures until one of their own gets caught. Then, suddenly, the rules change. His message was brutally simple. Accountability should be universal. Whoopi's team tried to spin a critique as personal, but Maher turned it into a broader cultural indictment. The hypocrisy was too glaring to ignore. Maher argued that if Trump's family were guilty of similar actions, Whoopi would be first in line to demand punishment. Yet when it's Biden, she invents excuses. It's not just double standards, it's doublethink. Maher's refusal to back down turned the segment into a defining moment. He wasn't merely roasting a talk show host. He was calling out an entire system built on moral inconsistency.